Everton take on Bournemouth tomorrow. There's some interesting news coming out of Everton this week that they're about to stage their first game at Bramley Moor Dock next month in preparation for a move to the Liverpool waterfront. They're going to run 3 test events to obtain a licence and safety certificates required to operate at full capacity next season. Monday, the 17th of February, the club's under-18s are going to play a friendly in front of 10,000 spectators. The 21s are going to play in late March or early April, 25,000, and then a full capacity 52,888 will be held later in the season. No competitive matches can be held at this stage. It's exciting times, isn't it, for Everton? I know that they've had a tough time on the field, but it'd be great for them to move into that new stadium, and it's almost like a refresh, isn't it?
Yeah, especially as they're able to move pretty much debt-free because of the deal that Dan Friedkin has done with Mashiri and the creditors. The new stadium looks fantastic, I've got to say. And they're a club who are overdue a bit of success and stability because the last few years have been really difficult. Not at times, I think, for the lack of trying when it came to Mashiri. I think his heart was in the right place, but he was just misguided, maybe didn't have the right people around him, and certainly didn't invest properly either in players or managers. But I think Dan Friedkin has shown at Roma that he's a very ambitious manager. He's not afraid of making unpopular decisions. Just ask Daniele De Rossi. So, yeah, I think brighter times definitely ahead for Everton. And what an occasion for those under-18s to, effectively play the first match at the stadium.
Yeah. But with Ipswich and Wolves picking up valuable wins over the last couple of weeks, will they start to look nervously over their shoulder? They're struggling for goals. They've scored just 15 in 18 games. They failed to score in 10 of their matches this season.
Top goal scorers on 3 goals.
Yeah, they got 17 points from 18 games. Ipswich 15 from 19 are in the third relegation position. If they were to lose even this weekend and Ipswich were to pick up points, as unlikely as that is against Arsenal, as unlikely as that is in their game this weekend, which is against who have Ipswich got this weekend? Let me just get that right. They got Fulham away on Sunday as part of the Sunday session. Then they could find themselves in the relegation zone in the not too distant future if they're not careful.
Yeah, and I still think the remit is to stay up this year. I think for years now we've been talking about who's the goal scorer for Everton. I think since Lukaku, they haven't had someone regularly scoring.
They've scored 15 goals.
Yeah, mate, they're top.
Incredible.
I was doing some research for the game yesterday. It's for tomorrow. Sorry, it was Dwight McNeil's got 3, and so then Dyer's got 3.
How much Calvert-Lewin got? 1.
And then their top assist is on 2 as well. So it's like it's not great reading from an attacking point of view.
At the start of the season, they were conceding goals.
I was about to say that.
Didn't expect, did you?
And now you look at it, and I said it last time we was on. For the gaffer, Sean Dyche, he'll be looking at it, going, right, if I want to stay here and move into this new stadium and move on with the times and get it, he's going to have to get something going in that front forward line. I think the game tomorrow is a perfect game for them. Bournemouth are going to come at them with everything. It's a smaller, tighter pitch. They can be more condensed and hit them on the counter-attack. But they've got to score the chances. They brought the boy Beto in, and he looks all right in times, but never really looks like he's going to score your goals. And I just don't know where that goal scorer is for them.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because he has got 2 goals this season.
2, is it?
Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the Premier League. But one of those was at home against Bournemouth. And if you remember the
crazy 3-2 defeat,
it was absolutely mental. They were 2-0 up with 5 minutes to play.
And battered them. They had chances to extend the lead.
They took Ndiaye and all that off, didn't they? And then they lost.
Absolutely. They'd won the game and then somehow managed to give it away. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. Let's talk about what Sean Dyche has had to deal with this week, because apparently he's got the full backing of the squad, but the fans certainly don't feel as if he's on the same page. And it's not helped by the fact that you got a player who I think he's still contracted to the club in Neal Maupay, writing on X last week, whenever I'm having a bad day, I just check the Everton score and smile. But boss Sean Dyche says he's got more important things to worry about.
I think it's fair to say there's a bigger picture to Everton Football Club that I'm focusing on. I don't think I need to be too worried about his comments.
But is there any disciplinary action? I mean,
no, I don't think we're worried about that. No, I don't think we're worried about any of that.
Interesting that he just sort of brushed it aside, not interesting, almost like an irrelevance, really. But what did you make of those comments?
I thought it was stupid. I thought, I don't really know Neil, but I know people that know him. Said he's a good lad, to be fair. But he seems like he's... Obviously, his time at Everton didn't go well. It seems like... Do you remember that instant when they were getting on the train And
he had to go out a fan, didn't
he? Yeah, and I feel like obviously he's got to stick up for himself, and he has every right to do that. But I feel what he's done now is he's made it personal, and obviously fans can come at you and say whatever they want to do whatever they want to do, but you can never be personal. You just got to understand that they think they're right. The real truth, and I just think it was a weird timing, strange. There was nothing beneficial that was coming out of it. And I just thought, totally honestly, and sorry, mate, you're probably going to come after me on X, but I just thought, Muppet, like, that's what I thought. I generally thought, like, there's nothing in it for you. And I think you're probably better than that. From what I know of him, like, from people, he's better than that.
He plays up to funny.
He plays up to the pantomime villain
reputation,
reputation,
but I don't think that's his real, who he is at his core. Do you get what I mean?
He's sort of like the self-proclaimed king of housery, isn't he? You know? And is he trying to sort of make a name for himself in that sort of that sphere?
But there's more negatives than positives. I mean, if he gets a cheap laugh out of it, he might have to go and play against Everton at some point. If he wants to come back to the Premier League.
And I just don't like when
I think it's alone with an obligation, isn't it? So I don't think he's going to go back.
My point is, they still
he might have boots to pick up.
They still owe you, right? They still owe you money. I always think with players, don't give them an opportunity to take your money away. That's what I always think.
But they could fine him.
Of course, they probably will behind closed doors. Dicey's just giving it no energy, not fueling the flames,
which is probably the right way of doing it.
Of course it is, but I just think like I say, Neal's is a nice kid from by all accounts. Never met the fella, but I just thought in that like you're not gaining anything. You just come across as a bitter person when you got the best job in the world. I don't quite understand why you would do it, but you say he's coming across as like trying to be the king of housery.
He's developed a little bit of a reputation of being like that on social media, hasn't he?
That's fine. But my point is, you don't go out your way to do that. It's just part of who you are. Do you get what I mean? Like winding people up, and that's in your nature. Yeah, and going to do
this
that.
This looks a little bit choreographed.
Yeah, it just feels like you can't fake that. And listen, I stuck up for him when he had the situation with Arsenal. Remember a few years back when he was at Brighton. I didn't think he did anything wrong in that situation, and he unfairly got criticised for it. And I thought, I can understand why Arsenal fans hate you because I'm in that boat as well. But I think he's just gone a little bit too far with it now, and just relax, enjoy your life, mate. It's not worth it. Genuinely, it's not worth it.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.